Good morning and welcome to your update for Phase 8. I wanted to reach out to everybody. Sorry about the little delay. I wanted to get this out to you a little sooner this weekend, but I had a soccer game for my daughter. Did a recording of Phase 8 of what's going on out there and wasn't able to get to it till today because we were at a soccer tournament for my daughter, which family always does come first for you and for me also. So let's go over a couple things that's going on out here. First off, speed is picking up out in Phase 8. As things are picking up, more and more job sites are going to be started. You're going to see some things accelerate and decelerate based on startups and how Phase 7 is closing out. Some of the houses out there, honestly, I'm kind of impressed with some of the houses that might actually have the opportunity to close this year, depending on weather, build speeds, all that stuff. I tell everybody, take everything with a grain of salt. It's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That way, nobody's getting their hearts set in the wrong place. And I'd rather see you expect a little bit of push out from what you're thinking or what you might be being relayed, because there are a litany of things that can happen throughout construction that can push things out. Weather. So as we're going into the fall, we really haven't had, we had Debbie come through, we've had a couple of threats, but nothing really as of yet. If I look back historically, we're going to look at, September, October, November as probably the stormy times, whether we get hurricanes or rain. What that means is we can end up with 5 days of rain, slow startups. 5 days of rain, something else goes on with putting roofs, sheeting inspections, house wrap. We could get a hurricane from now until then. I would expect at least another potential tropical storm, threat of a hurricane or something that can push things out. Every year we've seen at least 1 to 2 come through. Debbie was a little bit early. I think we're looking at one. If I had to throw a dartboard, I'd probably say mid to late September, mid to late October, that 6 to 8 week window there. Building supervisors and superintendents. As of late, I know a couple people have had some swap outs of superintendents and supervisors, but that's not unheard of. As they bring new people on board, and what I mean by new people is other building superintendents to lighten the load on other building superintendents so they can focus on the quality. That does happen. People get promoted, people move on, things like that. It's not unheard of. It doesn't mean anything crazy is going on. Okay, so one important thing, and I run into this with the end of every phase and sometimes the beginning of starts of phases. Now, as Phase 8 is relatively still very, very young, I'm going to go over this a lot with all of you, and you're going to hear me talk about it every video. Access to the job site. I personally don't have, a huge, hairy issue with anybody going out to the job site. My big thing is your building superintendent, your salesperson, or myself need to know a multitude of reasons. Number one, when you're going out to the job site, you now become a personal injury risk. Not saying that you're going to get yourself injured. Anything can happen out there, which could stop work on your job site, if not somebody else's. There are a multitude of things that I have to do to make sure I have access to a job site. Number one, I have to carry error and emissions and liability insurance. My liability insurance is on file with Minto, which is why I am allowed unfettered access out there. They know I'm doing a job. They know that I have my liability insurance. They know that we wear hard hats, steel-toed boots, closed-toed shoes. We observe all the proper OSHA safety protocols, everything along that lines. Other thing is if you like your car, I probably wouldn't go out there because there are nails, all kinds of hazards out there which can cause damage to your car. And the third one is I've been given a talking to from my side of the construction that too many people are going out there unsupervised. This is not a place for and we can tell who's workers, who's not workers. If I see a 2023 Land Rover out there or a brand new Tesla out there, I'm pretty sure it's not one of the construction workers. So is Minto, so is security, so are the tradespeople out there. Any of those vehicles can get damaged pretty bad. And Minto's going to say, not my monkey, not my circus, that's on you. And if something happens, you could, cause a delay in the construction process. I implore you to reach out to your building superintendent, your salesperson, or myself. We'll make arrangements to get out there. But it also is contingent on a couple things. Number one, are the trades working on your house? If we can go out there and they're doing, if they're just doing house wrap and maybe some button up and stuff like that, that's fine. But if we have instances where there's a crane putting trusses onto the house next to yours, we can't take you out. If they're putting a roof on your house, we can't take you out because the propensity of a nail shooting through the roof and possibly hitting somebody. Now, I know the odds of that are very small, but we don't play with the odds. It's either zero sum risk game, meaning like I want no risk to anybody that's going out there with me. There's a multitude of things, and we need to make sure that we're not interfering with the trades, causing any problems for the trades or anything moving forward. I did try to, relay this earlier, and I'm going to probably relay it in every video because the phase that's closing out right now, there's a multitude of issues that are occurring with homeowners coming into the house. And it's not just the people moving into the house. I figure if I put it out to my video to you guys, I've said it. Most of you guys are pretty cognizant of it and observe it. Sorry, long weekend, have to have a coffee. But, we have issues where people in other phases that already live in the community are going out there and walking houses. And there's been some instances where it's caused a few problems. So I just want to keep you guys well aware. If let's not be part of the problem, let's be part of the solution. Let's observe how Minto has it in your agreement, your contract, whatever you want to call it, about access to the job sites, because they really are going to stop playing around here soon. And I've got a feeling that somebody's feelings are going to get hurt, and it's not going to be mine, and I don't want it to be yours. Going into this fall season, holidays, schedules, timelines, work days, all that stuff. So as a business owner, I like to observe holidays. One of the reasons why I started my business is because I did spend time working in corporate America. I've owned multiple businesses, and I'm a big believer in family first. I started this mainly because I wanted to spend more time with my family. Unfortunately, I spend a lot of time working. But that's my call. I'm just how I'm built. So Thanksgiving Day after Thanksgiving, we do not work. Our office is closed. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, we do not work. Our office is closed. If a holiday, which I think a couple of them fall on a Wednesday, I think Christmas falls on a Wednesday, or Christmas falls on a Thursday, Christmas Eve is on a Wednesday, we will probably not work Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But it's my way of giving my guys a chance to breathe, spend some very important quality time with their family. I believe that's extremely important. Also, I can tell you that nothing's going to go on during those days out in latitudes. Thanksgiving, they aren't going to be, the builders aren't working on Thanksgiving Day. They're not going to be out there the day after Thanksgiving. They're not going to be there Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And typically, they're only pulling a half day the day before Thanksgiving. We kind of follow the same thing because I need to catch my breath. Our summertime is our busiest time. Our wintertime is time for us to catch our breath. Also for me, it works out well because I tend to have, other friends from around the country and family come into town. Plus, I like to cook for everybody. And for me, it's a football thing, if you can't tell behind me. I'm a Bengals and Ohio State fan. I know that some people might not like that, but that's who I am. I was born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is where my heart is. So remember that. Also, in conjunction with that, these holidays sometimes are not factored into the builder's schedule. Not saying they're not factored into the schedule, but they sometimes think people are going to work a little bit harder before or after. I can tell you this right now. I like to factor in all holidays into my schedule as an additional pad. So when we start updating more and more of the Gant charting, that's factored into it. Also, now going into Buildertrend and Gant charting, I'm not sure if anybody remembers, probably about 4 to 6 weeks ago, there was an issue with Microsoft and their CrowdStrike. Buildertrend has, which is the project management software we have, has moved from a Microsoft server to an Amazon-based server. What that has done to us is we now have to go back and fix a bunch of Gantt charts. We have to re-update some pictures that are in there because when they did that, there were some problems where some files got corrupted, and now we have to go back and adjust things. With that being said, everything's safe and sound. There's none of your financial information in there, any of that. That's on a separate server through Spectora. That's why I keep things separate. And we're having to go back and massively update a bunch of Gantt charting due to this changeover from a Microsoft server to an Amazon-based server. Please be patient with us on that. So this is for the people that are watching this and don't have an inspector or are planning on hiring an inspector, this next part. So I implore everybody, I had my house built and it was inspected. I'm sure you know, I inspected it. I couldn't put a formalized inspection report, but I worked with the builder throughout. So the best time to hire an inspector, and this is for everybody planning on hiring, whether you hire me, whether you hire one of my competition, whether you hire anybody, inspectors are very important throughout this. We're documenting things through you. My process, again, is incredibly different than other inspectors because we document bi-weekly your progress, and that's delivered to you in the form of a Buildertrend update, and you have documentation of it. We're working with your builders. Other inspectors come out at landmark dates. Whichever way you decide to go, it is very important to hire an inspector. When to hire them? I'm telling you right now, as soon as you're done with your B selections, you need to be reaching out to your potential inspector. And the reason being is like for myself, I'm inspecting underground plumbing and slab prep. Other inspectors don't necessarily do that. But the sooner you get on board, the sooner myself, I am checking on your job site to see when it's going to start. Other inspectors generally have an idea at that point of when they need to, start talking to the building superintendent, if they talk to the building superintendent, or visiting the job site. I can't emphasize this enough. You need to hire somebody sooner than later. I tell you, hire at the B options. You've got your A's, you got your B's. All you're waiting for is your meet your builder. It's good to know that you have an inspector on board. It's just one thing off that checklist. It's better to be proactive than reactive. I believe that you need to have somebody at the beginning before you even get your building superintendent, so that you've already got that checked off. That box is done. So that's kind of my point. I wanted to touch base on that. I've had a few people call me a little bit after, underground plumbing or slab, or right after slab's been poured, which is fine. But I like to look at underground plumbing. I think it's important to inspect that. I think it's important to inspect the slab prep. I know that people have some concrete concerns, and this kind of gives them peace of mind. It lets us talk about what we've seen with your building superintendent. So please just keep that in mind. Anybody that's watching this in Phase 8 update, best time to hire inspector is as soon as your B options are complete. That way it's just one thing off your list, one thing not have to worry about, and you're good to go. So I hope you guys all had a wonderful Labor Day. Again, I apologize about not getting this out to you on Friday, but I had to leave for Augusta for a 3-day soccer tournament. I got back last night late and slept in a little bit this morning. I'm getting ready to head back out to Latitudes. Yes, I am working on a holiday. My employees are off. I hope you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or reach out to me by a phone call. If I don't get a hold of you, please let me know. I am going to get an additional person, probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks, into the office staff just to handle phone calls. My mother-in-law has been very busy trying to take care of end-of-year books and things like that. So I do hope you guys are doing great. I look forward to speaking to all of you, and talk to you soon.
might I eat you? Take me for a ride in your sweet and delicious, perfect little mouth. Thereupon I linger. There will be no doubt that I do my best for you. I do. Now let's stop and get it going. Lost myself just thinking about the two of us, from each other drinking, drinking with the lips, fingertip and kissing. You know this is my love, that I do my best for you. Top of your pussy. This is such a thrill to be lost in love and dancing. Shake your tambourine. You blow my hair down. You know this is my love, that I do my best for you. I do. Oh, for you I would crawl through the darkest dungeon. I climb a castle wall. If you're my Rapunzel, you let your hair down, riding through the window. Well, good to lock the door, 'cause I do my best for you. And I think of the world of you, with all of my heart I do. It's blood through my veins for you. You alone have all of me, and I give my world to you. To you I will be true. This is too good to be real. Smell of something cooking. You my soul to steal, while on the fruit of love we're filling. What you given me, for it there's no measure. I know that's my love, that I do my best for you. And I think of the world of you, with all of my heart I do. It's blood through my veins for you. You alone have all of me. From you my strength is full to carry your burdens too. I think of the world of you, yeah. Hips locked up so tight, good God, you drive me crazy. Crazy is alright. With you looking at me, you make me feel high. Every single thing you do to me, and Bob, I'm drunk. But I do my best for you. I do, yeah. Oh, I'm all dressed up with no place to go. You know, you're giving me the shivers. Take it easy. Bye-bye. It's a song by a good friend of ours. It came dancing across the water with his galleons and guns, looking for a new world in that palace in the sun. And on the shores lay Montezuma with his coca leaves and pearls. In his halls he often wandered with the secrets of the world. And his subjects gathered around him like the leaves around a tree, in their clothes of many colors for the angry gods to see. And the women all were beautiful, and the men stood straight and strong. They offered life in sacrifice so that others may go on.